Once again in sports, we see the woke mob force its will. Major League Baseball bends the knee to tranny madness. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this is what's next. Hey, what's up, everyone? Jasper Gonzo here. What's next? Another episode, of course, your daily dose. As we've seen over the last few years, you've had sports teams go out of their way to bend the knee. We saw it with the NBA, literally bending the knee to Black Lives Matter, a domestic terrorist organization, along with Antifa, to the National Football League, basically creating a second national anthem, which of course does not exist, to Major League Soccer, to Major League Baseball. And of course, the last sports league to actually stay away from this was the National Hockey League, but they succumbed a little bit. Speaking of baseball, it turns out that the Major League Baseball and tranny madness on the behest of Groomers, yeah, they're a little bit more dirty than others. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Report: 20 Major League Baseball teams promote or fund groups that perform child sex change operations. An analysis by the National Review shows an unseemly trend among 20 Major League Baseball teams supporting organizations that perform sex change operations on children. The magazine reviewed that causes and organizations to which these teams are handing out millions of dollars in donations and found that many support sex change surgery, hormone treatments, and other dangerous procedures for, quote, transitioning teens and preteens. National Review found that almost every team in the league promote or fund groups that encourage or provide sex change procedures, gender transition hormone treatments for minors as young as 12. Other organizations promote social transitions, i.e., non-medical changes in gender expression, including the adoption of new names, pronouns, clothing for children as young as 3. Excuse me. Much of the support of these teams or lending is organized by the rubric of the widespread alphabet pride nights that the league pushes. Yes, that is the Baltimore Orioles. Along with the yearly events and stadiums, the teams also donate money to a number of advocacy groups, including local groups, but often national groups as well. Detroit Tigers, for instance, support Ruth Ellis Center and Corktown Health. In Detroit, the magazine noted. At the checkout page for the tickets of Pride Night games, the Tigers website offered a chance to support a local pride organization of your choice, with a drop-down menu including the alphabet-focused clinics such as Ruth Ellis Center and Corktown Health. Both perform medical gender transition on minors. On top of the masculizing and feminizing drugs, at least one, the Ruth Ellis Center, including irreversible gender-affirming surgery. Gender-affirming surgery, yes, i.e. child mutilation. In the suite of the transition care for transgender youth options, other charity promoted by the Tigers, the Trans Sisters of Color Project, was actively funding groups Trans Minor Rights, which advocates and empowering trans youth to make their own decisions regarding puberty blockers without the requirement or consent of parents or guardian. The group tagline: unblock blockers. The magazine noted that the Tigers are only just one example of MLB's Pride Resource Guide, promoting the long list of social groups that also push tranny madness on kids. As you can see, that's a lovely representative right there. The report found that the 5 teams promoted groups such as groups that push dangerous surgeries on trans kids, including Detroit Tigers, Boston Red Sox, Milwaukee Brewers, Tampa Bay Rays, and the Cleveland Indians, because that's what the Cleveland Indians are. The Cleveland Indians. 4 teams partner with the organization that provide counseling and referrals to youth for such medical procedures. The list includes the Dodgers, Pirates, Padres, and Oakland A's. And other 5 teams include promote groups that offer guides and promotion to trans lifestyles, including the Reds, Astros, Diamondbacks, sadly my Philadelphia Phillies, and the Colorado Rockies. Finally, 6 teams support groups that have lobbyists for trans causes and otherwise advocate for trans lifestyles, including the Cubs, White Sox, Angels, Twins, Cardinals, and the Washington Nationals. It's a classic case of institutional capture by the left, the magazine concluded. It's up to the fans to speak out and urge the league to reverse course on this outrageous advocacy. Sadly, this is an ongoing trend. In all major sports leagues, this is an ongoing trend. But at the end of the day, that last comment says it all. It's up to the fans. It's up to you and me, those of us who buy the merchandise, who go to the games, who watch on TV, to make it very clear that this trash that is being forced down the throats of our children will not stand. And for anybody who thinks this is quote unquote normalizing our youth, you are sadly mistaken, my friend. Sadly mistaken. As I mentioned earlier in the article regarding the Boston Children's Hospital, who has been exposed and now has kind of backtracked on their whole gender affirming for teens, because now they're scrambling, they're running around. That is exactly what fans need to do. That's exactly what parents need to do, concerned citizens like you and me need to continue to push. Because we didn't tolerate it with the NBA. They got laughed at. LeBron James, who was running around out there wearing Black Lives Matter shirts, got mocked and got destroyed because of it. The NFL backed off of it. Somewhat, but enough for fans to say, you know what? We're going to continue watching. We're going to continue going to the games. And Major League Baseball needs to feel the heat. They need to feel the heat of the fans. Yes, you could say I love my baseball, but this crap, this garbage being pushed like it's normal is not. And they must stop. So at the end of the day, it's the pocketbook that will force Major League Baseball to reverse course. Sadly, because when it comes to common sense, critical thinking, facts, Major League Baseball just doesn't get it. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. I want to see more just like this. Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.